Hello and welcome to Talking with Finny. This is Finny. I guess it should really be called Talking at Finny. How are you today, sir? That's interesting. Do you have anything more to say? Thanks for stopping by, and next week maybe we'll have a different kitty. Bye.
I got to get a cat. I got to get a cat. I got to get a cat. Yes, I do. I got to get a cat. I got to get a cat. I got to get a cat. How about you?
This is a great way to start the podcast.
Yes, both of the boys.
Talking with kitties, and we actually have kitties.
We actually have kitties. Hi.
Hello,
Howdy.
and welcome to Talking with Kitties. I'm Girlfriend.
I am boyfriend.
We're here today to talk with
about
kitties.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about kitties, we're talking with kitties. That is a very valid point, Pusser.
I guess we are talking with kitties. So I guess this is our new sound guy.
He is the sound guy. He's like, it needs to be closer.
He's our new sound tech.
Mm-hmm. And Gizzard was the cameraman, but
but
the
she's
cameraman
terrible
just
being a
got
cameraman.
scared away. I don't know if he'll show a clip, but I did have a Finnegan on me for quite a bit.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see any Finnegans. There's no Finnegan.
I have proof. Look at all the hair on me.
That's just your hair.
I'm gray, but I'm not that gray. So, this is our podcast.
Yes.
We are sitting here chit-chatting with you.
Are we? We're just chit-chatting with Bubs right now.
Well, that's true. But
we're going to chit-chat with you.
maybe. If
Fear
you're
not.
lucky.
Fear not. We will. She's just trying to play hard to get.
I'm real good at it.
Yeah. Sir.
He has a lot to say.
Yes.
He's still trying to adjust your mic. He doesn't quite think it's correct.
Well.
So,
So.
what kind of stuff do we have to fill everybody in on this week?
The great office move continues.
Has really officially begun. I mean, it had, I guess, begun before, but
Kicking me out wasn't the beginning.
no. Me getting situated was the beginning.
All my shit's moved out, set up down in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Ethernet line finally run.
Fat Man came and did it. Thank you so much, Fat Man.
And yeah, we're all good. Got all that set up. So now it's just getting her settled in however she wants.
And I've already decided where I'm going to put things, but I haven't quite put them there yet because I'm still trying to get a feel for what it's going to look like and what it's going to be like.
Yeah, so
And I don't quite know what the work computer is going to be. Like, I don't know the size of it. I don't know anything like that. So I'm kind of waiting on that too. But
So we'll get everything set up and then change it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
3-Rin's pretty excited because we're going to go on a shopping date where we're going to go get me stuff for in my office.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
So we need accessories.
When do we get to change our sleep schedule? That's the part I'm excited about.
Not for another 7 weeks. I only have a week left of my job.
Yes, and then you have a week of not your job.
Well, yeah, almost a full week, 4 days. I don't count Saturdays and Sundays as part of the week.
Still.
Yeah, but
Well, you're going to have to start because you're going to be working on Saturdays.
I know.
You're going to have to change that
No,
whole...
I'm gonna have to. Well, but it's gonna really throw me off because I'm gonna have 3 days off instead of 2. So my whole
Thursdays,
Fridays.
Fridays.
Idea of stuff is gonna.
I don't know
be
how we're going to
haywire.
do. I don't know how we're going to do our schedule because usually Thursday was my catch-up day, which will probably still be my catch-up day, and then Friday was my cleaning day. So it'll probably still be my cleaning. I'm probably still Thursday and Friday probably aren't going to change too much for me.
I'm gonna be off, but I'll probably have 1 day off somewhere with the parents,
Probably.
and
is what I'm
then
thinking, yeah.
I will have another day where I'm just gonna chillax. I'm not helping cleaning. That's your job.
I have no issues with the cleaning.
Okay. I get yelled at when I try to help do laundry.
You do.
And I get yelled at when I try to unload the dishwasher, which, speaking of which,
I know, but we had this.
I know.
Prioritize. We didn't get started till this till way too late.
Well, it's because I made breakfast and I
It's just because we
really
didn't
had
cook
to
up
shower.
Well, we slept late because we were tired, and then
I wanted to sleep longer.
so did I.
I wanted to sleep so
And
much longer.
But we had a Finnegan outside.
Oh my
yelling,
God.
yelling at us.
He just every hour he was like, meow, meow, since like 6.
We woke up late, and then we were on the couch, couldn't get our asses in gear. And then even after we got our asses in gear, we couldn't get our asses in gear.
And then I was like, all right, I really need to take a shower. So I took a shower, and then I'm like last week recording was kind of nice when we had food in our bellies and we weren't like getting grumpy and hungry.
So sometimes you decide to put a small kitten in charge of the camera, but the small kitten does not do her job and instead lays on the step looking adorable.
And falling asleep.
The problem with this is that the small kitten, while failing at her job, did not notice that the SD card was filling up. Did not alert anybody that the SD card was filling up because she did not notice it. And then everybody spends an hour and 15 minutes recording a podcast when the camera shut off after 17 minutes.
Yeah.
So, here we go. Take 2. Take dos. Take dua. Fucking hell.
Hi.
Hello.
I don't remember how it starts. Hi, hello, howdy, howdy.
Hello.
No.
Hi.
Let's.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
We gave you some updates. We did some Am I the Asshole? We ate breakfast. We had multiple cats.
Multiple cats.
I'm not sure how this podcast is going to go because we're both a little irritable now because, but literally recording an hour and
like we did the full podcast.
we did the full podcast. We're just getting done with the last Am I the Asshole and
we're questioning
everything.
We're questioning how neither one of us noticed the red light wasn't on until an hour and 15 minutes in.
Yeah, we're a little irritated.
Yes.
So we're going to try to make this exciting and great, but I can't promise because
Growing pains.
growing pains.
Growing pains. That's what it is. It was going to happen sooner or later. But yeah, I totally 100% blame Gizzard.
I mean, we were doing Am I the Asshole? So there was a lot of reading and a lot of looking at our phones.
Valid.
So I feel like that had a lot to do with it. If it would have been like a normal podcast, we would have probably noticed. But because we were reading and doing things, it was... But we had some good points.
We had some excellent points.
We had some fantastic points.
I'm really sad that y'all won't know about them, but there were some excellent... I mean, we made some top-notch
responses and gave some top-notch advice.
Some of the best questions I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's a lie.
Since we started. And some of the best grammar in the questions I've ever seen.
The grammar was
fantastic. You really missed some excellence. I'm really sorry about it. We will leave Gizzard's email address so you can send any hate mail to her for screwing everything up. But yeah, it was
hate mail for a little Gizzard. That's awful.
Yes. Well, then she should learn how to do her job.
She's not here now. We have no
she's out
cameraman anymore.
Which will probably be an improvement.
She's on break.
She's on break. Yeah, permanent break in the catio.
She's on permanent hiatus.
Yeah.
I think she's lost her job. She's been fired.
Yeah.
So we initially started with some updates. We're probably going to do some updates. I don't know if we're going to go into full detail and length as we did before because this is the second time we've done this.
I'm going to go into this just assuming that there's nothing.
Okay.
And we're just starting from scratch all over again. Because that way, even if we do double up,
okay.
I'd rather double up on something than miss something.
While he was filling fish tanks and moving fish tanks,
yes,
he needed water, obviously, for a fish tank.
Now, we haven't used the bathtub up there in years. It doesn't have a normal surround. It has like a tile surround that they put up. And then somebody mounted a towel bar into the back wall of the shower by just drilling drywall screws through the tile and didn't seal anything. No. So water started getting behind there, and then the tile started cracking down all over the place. It started cracking down from the, and it's just, at one point we could push on that wall and it would push in a good inch and a half. So we stopped using it just because we didn't know. And then now it's, hasn't been used in a couple of years, and you push on it, it's like fairly solid.
It moves a little bit, but but we know that the tub is all messed up. Well, the surround is all messed up because when we redid our ceiling in our bedroom, you could see...
Because it was all open above there.
Yeah, it's all open up above there, and you could see the mold up, basically had started above the bathroom.
There was no started, it was there.
Well, but yeah. So
And they had sprayed it while they had everything open, but we know that there's water damage underneath there.
Yeah.
Behind that wall. So
we don't use the tub. We have extremely hard water. So that faucet had been dripping quite a bit, but then it would seal itself due to the hard water. From the mineral deposit. But when he broke the mineral deposit seal,
when I broke the seal,
when he broke the seal for the fishes,
it wasn't dripping anymore.
No, it was running.
It was running.
So we had a plumber out, and we have no shutoff valves to anything in this house. Well, we didn't when we moved in.
No,
it's a very old house. Just the main shutoff valve. Yeah. We've since had shutoff valves put in under all of the sinks, but our shower does not have a shutoff valve. Mm-hmm. So they came and they put a shutoff valve behind my shower so we could shut the water off to it, so we didn't have the faucet running. And we figured while we were at it, we should go over everything we need and get that bathroom redone.
Because once you start your job, you're going to be right beside it, and you're not going to be able to be on the phone for your job with plumbers next door.
The plumbers are going to have to be very quiet while they...
Yeah. You guys are going to have to keep it down. So it's like, let's just get this done.
Yeah. And luckily, I've worked with these plumbers. Like, I worked at that plumbing place for almost 10 years. So I had an idea of what all I would need. So I started a list and then asked him, and he...
A good rapport with everybody.
Very good rapport with the guy that's coming over, too. Like, he was one of the ones that's worked there while I was there. And I know his work. I really like his work. So I showed him my list. He added like 2 other things that I needed that I didn't think about because it's like true plumbing, which I didn't really experience. And got all that ordered. So we have several times we'll have to go to Lowe's to pick stuff up. And then once everything comes in, he's going to come in and he's going to redo. He's going to redo it all. It's going to be wonderful. I'm so excited.
And we've been talking about redoing it for a while. You wanted to go all super duper fancy.
Yeah,
you wanted to build a spa in a room.
I basically wanted to build a spa. 5. Like, I wanted a soaking tub. I wanted a rain shower head that was in the center of the tub that came down, and it was going to be my plan was stunning. And I like to have candles lit while I'm showering and bathing. So I was like, I could have this big surround around it, so I could do that and have fake plants like eucalyptus, and it'll be so pretty. Well, my bathroom is literally this tiny, and there's no way I could do any of that. So finally I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. I just want it to function.
Yeah, just have it functional.
Because the tub right now is so narrow, you can barely even stand in it for a shower, let alone take a bath. It's just uncomfortable. So we're going to get all that taken care of so I can finally...
Because I tried to use that shower one time back in the day, and because I don't remember
it's awful.
why. But yeah, my one shoulder was touching the wall and the other shoulder was touching the shower curtain, and this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah. And
I'm not one who likes to get out of the shower. I don't like to bring clothes from downstairs down and then change while I'm in the bathroom. I like to walk. So every day I'm taking a shower and then walking up the steps soaking wet because I don't know how to dry off.
At all.
Apparently.
There's no apparently.
So it'll be easier to take a shower and then walk directly out into my bedroom and change than, walking up the steps. And obviously I'm still in a towel. I'm not walking around naked. It'll be nice to have all of my things upstairs. So if I decide I want to do a face mask while I'm taking a bath, it'll be right there. And I don't have to oh crap. And then we'll run up the step. It'll be nice.
Yes.
It'll be very nice. It'll be very convenient. We have part of the order already picked up. We're waiting for the rest. Basically, by the end of this month, it should be done, though.
Should be. Oh, I mean, we picked up part of the order yesterday, and then you just got the email saying that
the sink this morning that the sink and vanity is in.
So the only thing we're waiting for now is the
flooring
actual tub and the surround.
And the actual tub surround. Yeah. So
it shouldn't be too much longer.
It shouldn't be too bad. I'm really excited. It's going to be really nice when it's done. It's just waiting for it to get done now.
Yeah.
It's been very weird because even though I know the company that I applied for, I don't officially know. I know kind of what I'm going to be doing, but they're very secretive about stuff. They haven't told me where I'm going for my meeting yet. They haven't told me what the scope of work I'll be doing is. It's very hush hush. Until they make sure that you're definitely starting. They haven't told me, they're waiting for my background check. They're waiting for my drug test. They're waiting for all that stuff before they told me in an email that I probably will get all of the information for my first day, 2 days before my first day.
Well, you are sketchy, so.
I'm very sketchy.
Super sketchy.
So I mean, I don't know a whole lot about it. I know a little bit more than probably most people just because my best friend works for them. So I know a bit. But even she doesn't know because she doesn't do exactly what I'm doing.
Watch it. You'll get through everything and you'll get there first day and you'll find out that you're selling vacuum cleaners door to door and you had it all wrong.
Maybe. Who knows?
I got tricked into one of those back in the day.
Did you? Did you sell vacuum cleaners?
I did not. But they did the whole thing and like, you know, they had the presentation. I called in, they talked to me and everything. And they were having an orientation at the place at a certain time. And I went in and there was like 20 or 30 people in there. And then this guy comes out and he's like, yeah, so vacuum cleaners. Like half the people just walked the fuck out right away.
Were you one of them?
I was not one of them. Actually, so I was like, oh, yeah, no, I don't want to do this. But, you know, trying to talk and selling Kirby vacuum cleaners door to door.
Kirby vacuum cleaners are amazing.
Yeah, but I don't want to go into people's houses and do demonstrations and shit.
We had a guy do that at our house. He came to our house and tried to sell us one. We already had one, but we let him do his presentation. It was kind of a neat presentation, but
I didn't want to do
not we, like us, like when I was still living at home. I don't know that they still do door-to-door sales like that anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine. It's not safe anymore.
It's not. It's not.
But
COVID put an end to a lot of stuff like that, too.
Yeah, that's true.
So I do know, but I was not going to do it.
No, I couldn't. No. I wouldn't want to do that at all. Do we want to just continue on with Emma? And we're going to do different ones. I'm not doing the same Emma the Assholes, but...
yeah, we can.
I mean, do we have any other updates? There's a Pusser.
Here comes Pusser is still doing well on his on his food.
He's doing really well on his food.
We're getting some weird hairballs, but that's about it. We're getting some weird hairballs.
I mean, it's not weird. It's just
it's weird how big and frequent they are.
Yeah, but it's also that time of year too.
Yeah, but these are big and frequent. But they're definitely hairballs. They're
definitely just hairballs.
No barfing, no messes like you have been making, and he seems in a much better mood.
He's been a lot happier lately.
Yeah. Still awkward as fuck.
Yep.
As you can see.
Am I the asshole for putting an outside lock on my bathroom to prevent my wife from using it? My wife, 25 female, and I, 31 male, bought a house together about 6 months ago. This is our first time living together. Our house is an old American house that has been reformed many times. As a consequence of this, it has a silly layout where there are 2 bathrooms right next to each other that share the same wall. When we pulled the trigger on buying it, we made an agreement that I'd take the bathroom on the left with the shower and she'd take the bathroom on the right with a bathtub. Hers is much more spacious than mine. I soon learned, though, that my wife preferred to use my bathroom, but only to defecate.
Oh.
She'll go pee or take a bath or do her makeup in her bathroom, but when the time comes to have a bowel movement, she only wants to use my toilet.
When she needs to drop the deuce.
I usually wouldn't mind this, but the issue is that she sits very far forward on the seat, which leaves streaks in the bowl virtually every time she goes.
Oh.
This is kind of gross.
You picked it.
I first tried approaching this civilly by asking why she uses my bathroom. She gave me a vague answer about preferring it. Then I asked if she could at least sit back a bit more, and she said it was none of my concern how she sat on the toilet. I offered to change bathrooms with her, to which she said no thanks. Then I asked her to stop using it, and she said it was her house too, and she should be allowed to go wherever she wants. I'm honestly tired of opening the toilet lid to see her stole stuck to the bowl. The day before yesterday, I installed a lock on the door that I could open with a key. At first, she didn't seem to take the hint. She asked me for the key for the bathroom, to which I said no. Then, as she really had to go, she started to panic and asked me again and again to open the door. I told her that she has a perfectly good toilet in her bathroom, and she finally relented but came out of the bathroom extremely upset with me. She's been ticked off and demanding that I remove the lock since. Was I out of line here?
No. I think it's a little bit ridiculous, but no, I mean, he did try to handle it with her.
I mean, the whole situation is
absolutely ridiculous, but I mean, he did try to talk to her about it.
Yeah, he tried to talk to her about it, and she... What a one to pick. I'm sorry.
But no, he's not the asshole.
Top comment. Not the asshole. She's obviously using your bathroom to shit in because she doesn't want the mess smell in her bathroom. Yeah. You've talked with her about it and she won't be reasonable. So sure, put a lock on the outside. I don't get why you guys have your own bathrooms in the first place, but whatever. I mean, that being said, this doesn't sound like it's going to be a good marriage if you can't even work out shitting arrangements.
I mean, we have our own bathrooms, but
We have our own bathrooms, but we use both of them.
yeah, that's. But I mean,
Like,
but no,
we
the person's
claim
like,
it's.
I don't know why you have your own bathroom.
Yeah, I mean,
We
it's
have our own
nice to have your
bathroom.
own bathroom if you can, because then I have all of my stuff up in mine and you have all of your stuff down in yours. But you use my bathroom and I use your bathroom. Like, if we're upstairs, he's going to pee in my bathroom. And if I'm downstairs, I'm going to pee in his bathroom.
I'm
Like,
gonna start pooping in your bathroom.
you can. I don't care. It's a bathroom. You can use the bathroom. Like, I don't know. That was a weird one.
It's real weird.
But no, he's not the asshole
Not at
because
all.
he tried
did-
to talk
he
to
tried to
her.
talk
I
to her, he
mean,
tried to
it was a
communicate.
weird. The whole situation
Yeah.
is just dumb, but he's not an asshole.
All right. Would I be the asshole if I started dating my ex again, even if it would break my ex-wife's heart?
Wait.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So, I had been on Reddit before when I found out that my wife, in a process of divorce, I'll continue to call her wife for convenience while writing,
But it is his ex-wife. Okay.
in a process of divorce.
Okay.
Fabricated a story about my ex and my best friend sleeping together because she wanted me for herself.
While they were together?
My ex was the love of my life, and my years with her were the best I've been safe for the birth. Were the best I've.
Save for the birth of his.
Save for
So
the
they were the
birth of
best
my
years
daughter.
of his life, other than when he had his kid.
My ex and I were in a tight group of friends where my wife was one. I always knew my wife had feelings for me, but these feelings were never reciprocated. I saw her just as a good friend. When I found out my ex cheated on me with another member of our friend group, my best friend to boot,
Ooh.
I spiraled down into depression and I didn't believe I would ever recover. I was shocked most of all because my ex was one of the kindest people I ever knew, and so is my best friend, so I couldn't fathom the betrayal. The cheating became known to everyone, and my ex and best friend were shunned out, and nobody wanted anything to do with them. My wife was there for me during the whole ordeal, and I understood that she was a gem. We got married and had 2 daughters. My ex eventually married my best friend. It made me doubt less that my ex cheated. I never talked about her or my best friend again. They proceeded to have 4 children. I heard that my best friend passed away from a mutual friend. The same mutual friend told me she couldn't live with the guilt anymore, so she revealed everything. My wife orchestrated the whole thing, and my ex never cheated. When they both got shunned, they must have found solace and eventually fell in love, but it was all my wife. I confronted her, and she wasn't even sorry. We tried to fix things because, according to my wife, we've had a good, loving marriage, which is true, but I couldn't. I asked for divorce, and my wife is now in despair, saying I've ruined a good marriage and my daughter's safe place.
No.
I reached out to my ex to apologize, and she said that she'd forgiven me a long time ago. She's had a great marriage, and she loved her husband. I asked to meet her, and when I did, it's like I'd never stopped loving her for a second. She's still the same amazing woman, and I want her with every inch of my heart and body. The problem is that when I asked my wife for divorce and moved out, she begged me not to go back to my ex.
Fuck her. It doesn't matter.
She begged me not to break her heart again, and that way, not to break her heart again that way. When I met my ex the first time, it broke my wife's heart. I don't know what to do. I love my ex. I want to be with her. I feel guilty because I've broken my home because of a betrayal that happened over a decade ago. And I feel guilty because when my wife was begging me not to get back together with my ex, I didn't even know this was a scenario. I didn't even know I would have my ex's forgiveness, let alone her love again. I'm conflicted. I feel like my wife has deprived me of real happiness twice, and it's also very unfair. I just want to hold my ex in my arms again. Am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole.
No, you're not the asshole, but why didn't your friend and the girlfriend stand up for themselves and say they didn't?
I mean, it's hard to say. If they got, shunned by the entire friends group, they might not have had an opportunity to.
Maybe.
Yeah, no.
No, your wife is manipulative and creepy, and what else has she kept from you or lied to you about all these years?
Yeah, you shouldn't.
She's not the person you thought she was at all.
You shouldn't feel bad about wrecking a marriage that you were manipulated into under completely false pretenses.
He didn't wreck the marriage. She wrecked the marriage before it even started. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, no, don't.
You are better off
that.
getting out of there and get your girls out of that situation too, because they don't need to be with a woman like that either.
Not the asshole. Your wife is a terrible person. Go live the life she stole from you. Yep.
Am I the asshole for refusing to allow a photo of my future mother-in-law's miscarriages at my wedding? Throw away, because this is already enough of a mess. I, 26 female, am planning my wedding to my fiance, 27 male, in a few months. Everything is going great, and I love him so much. I can't wait to spend my life with him. He loves my family and I, for the most part, love his. Oh, and I, for the most part, love his. A bit of background. My fiance has a much older brother. While my future mother-in-law was pregnant 3 times in between them, all of them resulted in late miscarriages and stillbirths. That's so sad. As a result, mother-in-law put all of her motherly love and attention on my fiance. He had never tried a fruit or vegetable before I met him because his parents never made him when he was young, and he had grown up assuming they were gross. I finally got him to try some, and he loves them now. As we're planning our guest list, we consulted our families about which and how many relatives we should invite. Future mother-in-law asked that we invite, quote unquote, fiance's dead brother and sisters. When we asked what she meant, she wanted us to put up a framed photo of the dead babies in the pews at our wedding ceremony and then save them seats at our reception. I was horrified. First of all, we're trying to have a fairly small wedding to start with and a beautiful, intimate venue. We can only have seats for 30 to 50 people, and I would like these places to be for our friends and family, not people who we've never met, either of us, because they're dead. Fiance agrees that 3 of 50 seats reserved for dead people is too many. He suggested we compromise and just let mother-in-law put up all 3 photos in one seat. Personally, I think it's gross and weird to include any of them. We're starting our lives together. We want to have a family, and it almost seems like a bad omen, but it means a lot to her, and it's a fairly small ask. Fiance's parents are paying for 75% of our wedding, and this is the only request she's had. Am I the asshole if I still refuse? That's fucked up.
It's weird. I don't think it's necessarily morbid, but it's definitely weird.
No, that's morbid.
I kind of get it.
It's one thing if you have like a grandparent that passes and you want to have like a seat in memory of like the people that have passed. Like people do that. It wouldn't be like a bad idea to have like a seat saved for those that can't be with us, but you don't put pictures of dead fetuses.
Yeah.
Like that would be like a sonogram picture. Like you would put a sonogram picture there because like that's weird.
Like I said, I'm not saying it's not weird.
But I don't think having a chair to represent the people that have passed that can't be with you, I don't think that's weird. Like I think that would be acceptable.
If that's the only ask.
You would let her put pictures up?
Yeah, I probably would, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that would freak me out.
I probably would.
That's weird. I would have thought that I would have been the one that would have been okay with it, and you would have been like, nah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
That's weird.
They're paying for 75% of it. It's their only ask. It's important to her. It's not that big of an inconvenience.
1 seat, though, not 3.
Yeah, I totally get down with 1 seat. I think that's a reasonable compromise. I think the 1 seat for all 3 is a reasonable compromise instead of 3 because it's such a small venue. But yeah, no, I totally kind of get it. What?
You are in the minority here. Not the asshole. I have no words other than no goddamn way. That's the weirdest and creepiest thing I've ever heard. And then it goes on, and this is inappropriate, but it makes me laugh. My dad can't get erections anymore. Can we post an old dick pic of his in tribute to his former virility? I'll take the willy pics over dead baby pictures any day.
The pictures, I don't know if I get down with the pictures.
No, I mean, it is important to her. It was it would have been his siblings, but again, like she said, like they didn't even live to term. So it's not like they lived for like a year, like he knew them. I mean, do whatever you want, but it just seems weird to me that you would. That's a weird ask.
It is weird, but it's important to her, so. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend no to meeting her friends? Some background. I, 22 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 22 female, for around 4 months and have been officially together for just under a month. In this time, I've never officially met her friends. They've seen photos of me and her roommates have known when I have been over visiting. My girlfriend has made it clear she wants me to meet her roommates, which I'm all for as they are her closest friends. Which brings me to my issue. Last night, my girlfriend texted telling me her and her roommates are planning a night out and planned to go to a place her and I go to often. She then told me that she wants me to come to officially meet her roommates. I agreed initially until she told me what day it was that had planned for. They had planned to go out on a Wednesday night, and it was the only night they were all free. This made me reluctant as they didn't plan to go out until 7 p.m., and I would be tired after working all day and would need to wake up at 5:30 a.m. the next day for work. I told her this and explained that I most likely wouldn't be able to come for a long time and wouldn't be drinking anything due to work. At this, she said she knows I am working the following day and that I would only have to stay for a couple drinks. I told her I'd let her know, but the answer is most likely no because I'll be tired from working and have work the next day. She keeps asking me to please just come and saying how she really wants me to meet them and how it's the only night they're all free. I feel like an asshole for saying no, but I don't think going out drinking when I've got work early the next day is a smart idea.
He doesn't have to go drinking.
He doesn't have to go drinking.
Go out, meet the friends, have dinner, whatever, at 7 o'clock, leave by 8:30, be home and go to sleep. Go out, meet the friends, don't drink. If they try to force you to drink, then that's not a relationship you want to be in. But this is I would just go and meet the friends.
I don't think he's being an asshole looking out for himself.
He's not being an asshole looking out for himself, but I mean, if she really means that much to you and you want to meet her friends, go meet her friends, just don't drink.
Yeah.
And don't stay out late. She already told you didn't have to stay out late.
And the top comment seems to be reaching for a lot of assumptions. A 2-hour round drive midweek to soberly meet a bunch of drunk women when you've got a 5:30 a.m. wake up and are operating machinery. Like, none of that is in there.
None of that is in there.
Like, none of that is in there. Like, literally none of that is in there. It's just that he's working all day and would need to wake up at 5:30 a.m. the next day for work. It takes 1 hour to get there or 1 hour to get back. I understand what a 2-hour round trip is, but I don't know where you got this info from. I guess the comments? It's just not in the post. Oh, apparently it's in the comments.
Oh, okay.
It's an hour to the bar, an hour back. It's an hour and a half to her house. I've done it before when I was working the next day, and I regretted it with how tired I was. Was really worried I was going to get hurt or hurt someone. Okay, so
that means a lot then, too. If it's like a 2-hour drive, then no. Like, because if they want to meet at 7, even if he stays till 8, he won't get home until 9. No. They can come and meet you. Have them come to your house and meet you, and then they can go out.
There's a whole lot of information that he just has in the comments. He's not the asshole.
No, not even a little bit.
And he should have. This is all information. He's the asshole for not including this information in the main thing, but either way, he's not an asshole.
Am I the asshole for hurting my friend's feelings at her engagement party? I never wanted kids. My husband, too. But life happens, and now we care for my 2 little nephews, 5-year-old twins. It was an easy decision for both of us. I'm not saying I regret anything, but it's not easy, especially with little kids that are traumatized. Many of our friends, many are child-free, have been great. They're especially understanding to the fact that though we didn't give birth to them, we are now parents and the kids are our first priority. They also understand that we can't hire babysitters or ask anyone else to watch the kids due to several reasons. We had to skip one wedding, and another couple allowed us to bring the boys to their originally child-free wedding. Both couples were happy, and there are no hard feelings between us. Now another friend is getting married, and she knows what's up as well. When we declined her invitation to her engagement party, that would be just adults due to alcohol and other kinds of adult activities, she called me and begged me to come. I said I'd try my best. My husband and I decided that he would watch the kids on his own while I went to the party. While I was getting ready, the boys were watching me and they started to cry because they realized I was going out. This caused me to be late. I apologized to her, and while she said it was okay, I could tell she was slightly hurt. Regardless, I tried to have a good time with her and her friends. I didn't drink any alcohol, but she kept trying to make me. When my husband texted me a couple hours in saying that one of the nephews is refusing to eat and the other is screaming, I stepped outside for 10 minutes to call them, and when the boys calmed down enough, I went back inside. At this point, my friend looked angry. I had apparently missed a speech. She said I ruined the entire night by stressing her out with my attitude. She even accused me of thinking that I was better than her because I'm a parent now and she isn't. I told her that isn't true and I didn't mean to ruin her night, but I was very sorry. She told me to fuck off and said something like, "It's a few hours. Those kids don't have to be your mind all the time." And I was just going to leave, but I felt so insulted. I told her that she can't put her night being ruined on me, and I'm sorry she had a terrible night because I didn't drink and because I refused to forget about my kids for a couple of hours. But her feelings hurt is not my responsibility, and she can figure it out herself. She started crying, and our friends kindly told me to just leave. While they all understood my position, they think I should apologize because it's her party/wedding, and I did hurt her after all. I haven't been thinking about this much, but I have some free time, and I just got a text from said friend telling me that I'm uninvited from her actual wedding now. Am I the asshole?
No, you're not the asshole.
Not even a little bit.
No, the friend is a jerk.
Like,
a very self-centered jerk.
She didn't even she would have been an asshole if she would have sat on the phone trying to calm a kid down in the middle of a party, disrupting everybody. She stepped outside, and you can't force somebody to drink.
No.
She might just not have wanted to drink party, anyway. Yeah. Like, no.
Yeah.
Nothing about her actions make her the asshole.
She was very respectful of everyone involved, I thought.
I think she's probably like the best thing that could possibly happen was to not get to go to that wedding, because that is not someone you want in your life.
Dodging a bridezilla bullet.
Yeah, for sure. If I buy a Slurpee/iced coffee with Snap, am I taking advantage of this system? I received Snap, and I just found out you can buy Slurpees, iced coffees from 7-Eleven, but I feel bad. I know Snap is supposed to help with groceries and food, which I do use it to buy it. I buy fruit, milk, rice, chicken, etc., but I would want an iced coffee once in a while. But I can't afford it with no cash. Would it be all right if I use my EBT card? Is that bad?
If it wasn't okay, you wouldn't be allowed to. That's how I look at it.
Some people are going to look down on you for doing it.
Yeah, some people are, but I mean, I
used to, and I kind of look down on some people sometimes at the store we worked at, but that was when they would have hundreds of dollars, and then they would come in and only buy a shit ton of candy and chips and Red Bulls and Monsters.
And we're working full time, and they obviously have more money and a nicer car and better clothes than we do.
They had a brand new Hummer. They had the brand new iPhones, them and their kids. Their kids wore ridiculously expensive clothes. And then they would come in, and the only time they would come in and buy things, they would spend $100 a pop on candy and junk food and energy drinks.
All on EBT and Snap. Yeah.
So that wasn't cool. Yeah. But every once in a while, treat yourself to buy yourself a nice coffee or a Slurpee. Dude, go for it. Everybody deserves a break. Everybody deserves something. Even the person that I was just complaining about, every once in a while that would be fine, but it was constant. It was every other day. But no, you're not in the wrong for using your Snap or EBT card to buy yourself an iced coffee or a Slurpee occasionally.
Not at all.
Even once a day. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's what. Like I said,
if they didn't want you to do it, they wouldn't allow you to do it. And quite honestly, you're using it for what you need it for. If you have extra money left over, treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Am I the asshole for breaking up? Oh, girlfriend. Am I the asshole for breaking up after a girl sat on my boyfriend's lap? Me, 21 female, and my boyfriend, 20 male, have been dating for 2 years. It was his birthday recently, and his friends decided to party at one of their flats. They invited me, but my parents didn't give me permission. We had a family event in another city, so we were traveling. His friends sent me pictures and videos of him dancing and having a good time, until I stumbled across one picture where Sri, male 20, Sri's girlfriend, R, female 20, was sitting on my boyfriend's lap. He was hugging her from behind. Sri was present in the party too, but I felt very uncomfortable seeing that photo. I told my boyfriend the next day that it wasn't cool and I felt bad, to which he gaslit me and told me I was overreacting since her boyfriend was right there when it happened and is not sexual. But Sri and R are in a complicated relationship where they are on and off constantly. They sometimes go on breaks and date other people to piss each other off. The last house party I was at, R was making out with a girl to get Sri's attention, and then they fought wildly after she took off her clothes to dance with another girl in front of everyone. And they were on a break that time. I just think those two are weird. I don't want her to sit on my boyfriend's lap. My boyfriend thinks I'm making a huge issue out of this, and for my own mental health, I broke up. That's a lot.
Okay. First of all, it sounds like R may be attracted to the opposite sex, and that's why she's having issues with her boyfriend, because she's been making out with other girls and getting naked and dancing with other girls. So she might actually be interested in you more than your boyfriend.
3 is the male, 20. He's the boyfriend of the girlfriend. R is the girl.
Yeah, but I thought R was the one that was dancing, getting naked and dancing with a girl.
I didn't understand what you were saying. Yes.
Yeah, no. So I'm saying I feel like R is probably more interested in you than your boyfriend.
Yeah, maybe.
First of all, I don't think her boyfriend was gaslighting her, at least not from how she explained it.
I feel like he might have just been oblivious to it. He might not have thought anything of it.
You already have issues with R, so that might be why you're so upset. I would tell your boyfriend that it made you uncomfortable and you hope he doesn't do it again, but I don't think it was worth breaking up because it doesn't sound like anything really happened. If you really can't get past it, then you did the right thing by breaking up with him, because you shouldn't be with someone that you don't feel you can trust if you really can't trust him. But if you've been together 2 years, I would have had that conversation, not just break up with him over a picture of a girl sitting on his lap.
Yeah. It was a little excessive.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to do what's right for you.
You got to do what's right for you. So if you feel that that was the right decision, then I, 26 female, broke up with my boyfriend, 38 male, and he refused to pay this month's rent. Am I the asshole? This is like my first post on Reddit, so if I'm not doing it exactly right, that's why. Some background. My boyfriend and I have been together for about 11 months, and he's basically lived with me the entire time. When we first met, he had an apartment that was pretty far away, even though he worked in the city where I lived. So he stayed with me all of the time, just grabbing things here and there from his apartment. I was happy to make space for him, clearing all shelves, emptying the entire bedroom for him to keep his clothes and belongings, emptying drawers. I own my own home in the city. I pay a mortgage. He had talked a few times about him officially moving in sometime in the future, but never said an exact date. Sometime in April, he told me he was going to pay his last month's rent at his apartment and move all of his things into my house. We agreed he would pay me rent once he was officially moved in. I told him I would just match what he paid for his apartment, which was $400 a month, but I wouldn't charge him for utilities. He agreed, and the first month he paid me rent was May, when I reminded him. Some more background. Very early on in our relationship, I began cooking us dinner about 5 nights out of the week. I'm a great cook and enjoy it most of the time, but as some of you might know, cooking is a lot of work, and planning meals and making grocery lists, all of the things I did in our relationship, is a lot of work as well. At some point, this kind of just became expected of me, and additionally, I would always make enough so he could pack his lunch for work the next day. I thought nothing of this in the beginning. I just liked to make sure he had delicious meals to eat, and it was how I showed him that I loved him. Around the same time I began regularly doing this, he began buying groceries for the house. He would take my lists and get the things I requested for dinner or other things, laundry detergent, paper towels, etc., as well as things for himself like his breakfast items and his coffee. He told me he spent about $150 a week. He would also buy us dinner if I wasn't able or too tired to cook dinner that night, which was very nice of him. Now, the reason for all this context is because it became a source of contention recently. My boyfriend also makes twice as much money as I make, and we both are aware of this. We both work full-time. Big picture, I'd say the amount of labor and finances worked okay for me. He mowed the lawn, washed the dishes most nights, bought groceries, fixed little things around the house, paid rent, and occasionally did my laundry. I did the mopping, dusting, vacuuming, cleaned and disinfectant services, cooked, planned meals, cleaned the bathroom, everything else that comes with keeping a home. Expense-wise, I took care of the mortgage, the utilities, internet, 90% of household repairs and improvements, and all of my other personal expenses. He once helped me pay to fix my car, but proceeded to hold it over my head despite having offered twice to do it before I accepted. I foolishly thought he just wanted to help out of the goodness of his heart. All this to say, recently he started complaining about buying groceries and paying to eat out, and just nitpicking me and the relationship in general. The other day, he called me while was out of town for 2 weeks, completing my military training, to complain about paying for groceries and rent, etc. I think what prompted this was me reminding him about rent, as he seemed to have forgotten. The first had come and gone, and he hadn't paid or mentioned it as usual. We agreed to talk about it later. The next day, he said he'd bring the rent money. He refused to use Cash App or Venmo it, and respect his wishes even if it's not the most convenient for me. He came to the city I'm staying in for a concert and asked if we could get dinner. We did, and we split the bill, and as he was walking to his car telling me he has rent in there, He brought up the grocery issue. Things got heated. I ended up telling him it was over. There were a lot of other issues between us, and then he can start looking for another place to live. At that point, he refused to give me the rent money and told me he would pay a prorated rate once he found a place. I don't know if he's going to or not, but I don't care because it was never even about the rent in the first place. I just wanted him to be my partner and feel like my effort was reciprocated and appreciated. Am I the asshole?
No.
No.
He's a jerk.
He's using you.
Yep.
He's upset that he has to pay for groceries.
When he makes twice what she does.
And dude, when you lived on your own, you had to pay for everything. She's literally making you pay the exact same amount that you paid at your apartment, and you don't pay for anything else. You have it good. Yeah, except for groceries and stuff.
Which he didn't have to pay for whenever he was at his apartment because she was making the food 5 nights a week. He's absolutely using her.
He's an asshole.
Yep.
Asshole.
Asshole. Asshole. I feel like these are a whole lot of reading, and then we just get to it, and it's just like, yeah, no, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, we're not getting a lot of payout for these.
The first one was better.
It was so much better.
And I'm not just saying that.
I may be just saying that. It's hard to say. So what do you got going on today?
I started a new Animal Crossing island.
You did, yes.
I just started it this morning on my old Switch. I chose a southern hemisphere. So
really?
It is snowing. I wanted like the exact opposite. Like I picked a different, I'm Girlfriend. So my name is Girlfriend in the game.
You did not go with...
I was going to do 6 months like exactly for my birthday. So it was like my half birthday. Yes. But it's Christmas, and I didn't want my birthday to be on Christmas, so I picked a date. Like, I just picked a random day in November and said that was my birthday.
That's why you picked. You're asking me questions. I was like, why are you asking me questions? You said, pick a date. I said last Tuesday, and you're like, really?
Yeah. So my birthday is sometime in November. I picked the Southern Hemisphere, so it's snowing in my... I figured it'll be kind of nice for, like, in the wintertime when I'm sick of seeing snow, I'll get to play that, and it'll be, like, summer and beautiful. So... My name is Girlfriend. Your
name is Girlfriend.
And I named my island Meow.
Meow.
And I have Fuchsia.
Okay.
And some like Asian bunny or something. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him a whole lot. But all right. Yeah, so that's fun. I'm going to go play that because I just picked all the week. I haven't even gone to sleep yet, like my first night. So the game hasn't actually started yet.
Yeah, you're still in the introductory period.
So I'm going to do that when we're done. I'm going to play that a little bit tonight, I think. Cool. Catch some bugs, chop some trees.
You're saying about a bath and a relaxed evening?
Gonna take a bath and do a face mask, I think. I showered this morning, so I don't have to wash my hair. So I'm just going to do a face mask and take a bath, and that'll be lovely. Have to make dinner at some point. Having chicken wings. Chicken wangs.
Chicken wangs. Wow. Chicken wangs.
Chicken wangs.
Oh, chicken wangs.
Oh, well, that's what we're having.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it. It looks like it's getting a little bit lighter out.
Yeah, it was really dark for a minute there.
It was. It might be raining. I'm not sure.
Sketchy.
But what do you have planned?
Fix that fish tank filter, and that's about it.
Okay. We need to change the sheets on the bed too.
Yeah.
We don't have to do laundry. Just change the sheets on the bed.
Yeah.
We really should both just take it easy. It's been a long week or so. Take it easy. Get a hold of boy. See if he wants to play some video games.
No, then I have to talk to him.
All right. Well, then don't. Just play video games without him and then message him and be like, haha, loser.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Bubs, thanks for hanging out with us. He hung out with us quite a bit in the last attempt as well. All right.
There's stuff to do. I just don't know if I feel like doing any of it.
Well, you need to play Final Fantasy and do your
maybe
roulettes or whatever they're called.
Perhaps not.
You know what? Do whatever. I'm going to play Animal Crossing.
I'm just going to be difficult.
I'm going to play Animal Crossing, and I have a video from YouTube to watch, and that'll be the end of that.
All day.
All right. Well, you already have been, so that's fitting.
That's my plan.
I would really like to take a nap, but I'm not going to. All right. Well, I'm going to go play some Animal Crossing and enjoy the snow. Maybe make a snowman.
I'm going to be difficult.
And he's going to be difficult. Yay.
I'm going to be...
All right.
All right.
Thanks for hanging out. I'm sorry this one wasn't as interesting as we had hoped, but...
It was. But we just lost
it.
that. Yeah. All Gizzard's fault. Again.
We did get into some actual, like, conversations, too. It sucks that this one didn't really have any, like...
That's how it works.
Yeah.
But again, I will put up Gizzard's email. You can send a hate mail to her.
Send hate mail to Gizzard.
Yes. So.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
We will see
Thanks
you.
for tuning in.
See you next week. And
see you next week. Hopefully it'll go
better. Yeah, I'll
better and
format this by next week. And,
good.
Yeah, so.
All right.
All right.
Bye.